Hello everyone, let's talk a little bit about Battlefield here. Okay, this is my first video for my Battlefield Talk YouTube channel. First thing I wanted to talk about was the video quality. I know it's really bad. I do not have a Dazzle or anything like that. I do have a DVR, but right now on my Mac I have no software to rip DVDs onto my Mac, so I can't use that. First thing I want to talk about is why not to use a DVR to record your Xbox 360 gameplay, especially when you have an HD TV, because you're just going to be in a world of trouble if you try to do that like I did. Main reason is when you have the cords running through the DVR, it's going to create a lot of lag between the Xbox 360 and TV because it has to go through the DVR. So when you're playing, you're going to have about a half-second button delay. And that means, that means everything in a video game, a half second. So, anyways, I am using a DVR. I tried to use a DVR to record gameplay in an HD TV, which absolutely does not work at all. Because you have to have the standard definition cords, not the HD cords. You have to have those running through the DVR and then out into the TV, and trying to use standard definition on an HD TV just does not work. It totally butchers the quality, pretty much to the point where you can't even read what's on the screen anymore. The quality is absolutely terrible when you're playing. It records it decent quality, but you're not going to be able to play it in very good quality. So, yeah, definitely do not use a DVR to record Xbox 360 gameplay on an HD TV. It does not work. Alright, what was that? Sorry, I wrote down some stuff here. Oh, how I set up my DVR. Well, that was really hard to figure out anyways. Well, you can't use your HD cables, you have to use the standard definition cables, which is just terrible. But I can't really explain how I set it up. I'll probably have to make that into like a different video or something, because it's kind of complicated to just say. I kind of have to show you it. Another thing I want to talk about is just a little bit about my history of Battlefield games. Now, I've been playing Battlefield games for years, since 07. Yeah, that's where I first got Battlefield 2 Modern Combat for PlayStation 2, and I played that game for about a year, got 250 hours of gameplay in. I loved that game. I played it on the PlayStation 2. I don't know if I already said that, but anyways, playing it on the PlayStation 2 is definitely better than playing it on the Xbox 360. I don't know why. Something to do with they just moved the game from the PlayStation 2 right onto the 360, and somehow it butchered the quality of the game as far as graphics go. That's what I think. So I played it on both 360 and PS2, and PS2 graphics are definitely better, for whatever reason that is. Basically, that was my first Battlefield game that I ever got. And after that, I remember I got Battlefield Bad Company. I loved that game too. I don't know how many hours I played, but I played it for a long time. Their ranking system was kind of retarded. I got to the highest rank in like I think a couple weeks. It's kind of ridiculous, the ranking system. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Bad Company. That was a really great game. Has its problems like any other game. I'm not going to go into the game very much. But anyways, I got Battlefield 1943. That's a great game, definitely for arcade. It's great. I don't play it all that much, but it's just awesome, with the planes and everything, and the huge battles that go on. I definitely love that game. It's a great arcade game. Just wanted to ask one thing about the Dazzle. Just one quick thing. The Dazzle, I was just wondering if I needed to get one Ethernet cable for the Dazzle or two, because the Xbox 360 has one Ethernet cable used for the Xbox Live, And I know that the Dazzle needs an Ethernet cable, and I'm wondering if I need like another Ethernet cable to hook up to the Dazzle besides using it for Xbox 360, Xbox Live. Alright, about the Dazzle, what I'm talking about, if you're not with me here, is the Ethernet cable that I use to hook up to the Xbox 360 for Xbox Live. Can you just hook up the Dazzle to that and then have it go directly to your Mac, or do you need a whole separate Ethernet cable going from the Dazzle into your computer? And I'm not sure about that because I kind of have an awkward situation in my house as far as my Xbox 360 is in the basement and my computer is 2 stories up on the top level of my house. So we have it worked, like as far as getting the Ethernet cable wired through the vents in the house and through the ceiling and through the walls and into the Xbox 360, because we finished our basement and everything, and well, before we finished our basement we ran the cord through the vents, which worked because, you know, there's no ceiling or floors in our basement, so it worked. But then we finished it, so the wires are kind of built into the basement, so it would be really difficult to try to get another Ethernet cable through the vents. It'd pretty much be impossible. So yeah, that's why I tried to use a DVR, which didn't work. And that's obviously why I'm using this camera to film this. Terrible quality, but ooh, damn, there's a lot of destruction kills. One other thing I wanted to talk about. I learned this from experience. Never have your Xbox 360 standing up, you know, on its side, how you can have it standing up. Yeah, never have it like that, because I remember, I think it was Battlefield Bad Company. What happens is when the Xbox 360 is standing up and it's reading a disc, there's slight vibration, and a little thing in there that's reading the disc scratches it just ever so slightly because it's standing up and the disc rocks back and forth a little bit, so it gets scratches. And eventually, I think it ruined our Battlefield Bad Company disc, and we had to get a new one. So always have your Xbox 360 sitting down when you're standing up. Another little tip is always have a wireless controller. That's what I feel. I mean, yes, it's $10 more, but eventually you're going to be saving in the batteries, you know, money for batteries. I remember during the summer, we played Xbox 360 so much, we'd have to get new batteries about every week. We would have a whole jar of used batteries, so getting a wireless controller is definitely a good investment. One last question. I was just wondering if the Dazzle can work on a Mac, or if it only works for PC. So, because I have a Mac, a really good Mac, so I was just wondering that. Up here in the video, I think there's a really weird death coming up, where I died inside the tank. Yeah, I'm getting shot at. Yeah, right there. That was ridiculous. Yeah, right there. I got back in the tank, but it still said that he killed me, even though I was in the tank. So, kind of silly stuff like that happens in this game once in a while, but yeah. Well, everybody, I'd just like to thank you for watching my first video commentary. If you have any tips or anything to, you know, help me set up a Dazzle or run the wire through my house, or answers to any of my questions, just leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you. Yeah, my whole squad's in the car right now, and I don't know who the hell's driving, but he's an idiot, because we're about to freaking die. So